so over a period of time, I was experiencing quite a lot of pain, fatigue, really couldn't put my finger on what it was. It was over sort of like a period of sort of like 2 to 3 years, really. So the GP went down the route of perimenopausal, although I had a blood test for that and it came back negative. They kind of thought that HRT might be a good route for me to go. I started on the HRT, but really didn't feel much improvement. And then we went down the route of blood tests, and they kind of come to the conclusion that it was fibromyalgia. So I'm a teacher, and it's a very physical job. Quick thinking, on your feet all the time, very challenging. No 2 days are the same, as you can probably imagine. So yeah, the fatigue was massive, and the pain that I was experiencing in my joints, especially in my hips as well at the time. So some days it was really overwhelming. It was like a real struggle to continue. I got the diagnosis and came to the GP. They said that they could refer me to a community pain clinic, which they did refer me to a community pain clinic, and then I got told that they wouldn't see me because I was out the remit of the area. So I kind of felt a little bit sort of like, right, okay, well, I've got this diagnosis, a bit bewildered, kind of like, where do I go from now? The GP had started me on amitriptyline just to help like with some of the symptoms and the pain. Came back and saw my GP, who had been off sick for a little while, and straight away she just put me in touch with an OT and said that I could go down like the fibromyalgia pathway, and she thought that it would really, really help. I wasn't aware of such a service. Put me in touch with the OT, who was fantastic. Took me from there, and we went through, I think it was about 8-10 weeks sort of like of this cycle and support that she gave me each week over the phone. She was a great sort of like advocate of sort of like of the symptoms of fibromyalgia, someone that really understood, because I'm not really sure that everybody understands, the pain and the physical symptoms that are related to fibromyalgia. So she was a great support there, and she just let me listen. And it's somebody I think that's not, close to you, but obviously understands. So each week would come up with sort of like great suggestions and great support and advice, and obviously a toolkit over the weeks that we worked together on to help with other things as well. But always listen to, the experience that I was having, and could always offer like some sound advice as well. And then gave lots of different suggestions to like preserving energy, the way that we could talk through my diary, like each day of like how my energy is being spent, and different ways that she showed me that I could preserve energy to try and make a more manageable day, and coping with the symptoms. I just felt sort of like more equipped, really, that I could cope with. I have since started on more medication from the GP, so support has been through more medication as well. But I just feel a little bit more educated how I can continue to cope with my life, and it has, and things have improved for me. My GP's been like really, really understanding, and the OT has been really, really understanding as well. She's offered other support as well, linked to sort of like work that could help you, that could help your employee sort of, you could let your employer know sort of like how to tell them that you're experiencing these symptoms, support through work, some reasonable adjustments that they could make at work to help you, whether it be a chair, whether it be support in your home. Don't be afraid, I think, to take what's out there to help you. I know I was a little bit reluctant to begin with, but it really does help, and it has to start with sort of like this pathway to sort of like acceptance, to really take on board your symptoms and be able to deal with it yourself. I feel a lot better. I think I have to remind myself that I reflect back to the sessions that I had with her, and remind myself on bad days when I think, oh, you know what, okay, so remember what I could do to help myself. So little things sort of like, you know, sort of like, it sounds silly, but like showering the night before to preserve your energy in the morning, packing your bag because your mind might be a little bit blurry, and taking your time to go through each day and preparing for the day. Some days I even drive to work because I haven't got it in me to walk with my bag, even though I live in the village. But it's all about preserving that energy and helping you to cope and move forward, you know, and live a fulfilled life, really.